When I found out I wasn't invited to my brother's grand welcome home celebration, my dad brushed it off and coldly said, "It's just a reunion, don't take it personally." I had arranged a skiing excursion, and then, a few days later, my relatives were inundating my mobile device. Alex was stretched out on the sofa, scrolling through their phone, when a message from Ryan appeared. It read, "Hey, just a heads up, the gathering is this weekend. The attendee list is finalized. Space was limited, so we had to reduce it. Hope you understand." The words struck with the force of an unexpected blow. Ryan, their younger brother, recently returned from a 2-year deployment, was hosting a welcome home celebration, and Alex, who had been his constant support through every grainy video call from across the globe, was not included. They gazed at the display, their thumb hovering over the reply button, anticipating that "just kidding" follow-up that never materialized. They had always shared a close bond. Alex had spent late nights comforting Ryan when he doubted he would complete basic training, sent him packages of his preferred dried meat when the military rations became tiresome, and even assisted Mia, his fiancée, in arranging a surprise video call when he was stationed in Kuwait. No. Space was limited. Alex's jaw tightened as they reviewed their previous conversations, countless messages like, "You're the best, Alex," and "Can't wait to see you," and felt the sting of being reduced to an afterthought. Seeking clarification, they telephoned their father, who had been promoting the event for weeks. The phone barely rang twice before his gruff voice responded. "Hey kiddo, what's up?" Alex wasted no time. "Dad, Ryan just messaged me. I'm not invited to his party. What's happening?" There was a moment of quiet, then a sigh, as if Alex were the one causing difficulty. "Look, it's just a reunion. Don't exaggerate. The venue is small, we couldn't accommodate everyone." Alex's hold on the phone tightened. "Small? I just saw Ryan's post about the entire group attending. He's tagged over 100 people." Dad coughed, taken by surprise. "Well, you know how these things are. Last-minute confirmations. It's not personal." "Not personal?" Alex's chest burned. They had spent months designing Ryan's welcome home flyers without charge, refining every detail until Mia declared it perfect, and now they were discarded like some random extra guest. "Dad, I'm his sibling," they insisted, their voice steady but sharp. "How does that not warrant an invitation?" Another sigh. "Alex, don't make a fuss about this. It's just one evening." The dismissal was like adding fuel to a fire. Alex ended the call, rage simmering, already planning something more significant than a petty disagreement. Alex remained there, their phones still warm from the conversation with their father. The sting of his remarks echoed in their mind like a repetitive, unpleasant tune. "It's just a reunion. Just a reunion." It was far from just anything. It was Ryan's return home, the brother they had supported through every deployment milestone, the one for whom they had abandoned everything when he needed a voice to guide him from despair. And now, their father's casual disregard made it clear that Alex's role in the family was optional, expendable. They tossed the phone onto the sofa, pacing the living room, the wooden floorboards creaking beneath their restless steps. Every memory of going to great lengths for Ryan, proofreading his enlistment essay, sending him money when his vehicle broke down, flashed like a montage of their own foolishness. The anger intensified, a slow simmer transforming into something hotter, sharper. They had always been the peacemaker, the one who smoothed over Ryan's mistakes, like the time he received a DUI after a night out, and Alex drove 2 hours to collect him, no questions asked. They had even designed his engagement announcement last year, staying awake until 3 a.m. to ensure the font was precisely right because Mia desired perfection. And what did they receive in return? A message about limited space and their father acting as though they were complaining about a trivial movie night. Alex ceased pacing, their hands clenched, gazing at the framed photograph on the mantelpiece, themselves and Ryan at his basic training graduation, arms around each other, beaming as if nothing could separate them. Apparently, something could. Then came the profound shock. Alex was getting coffee at Brew Haven the next morning, still feeling raw from the previous night, when they overheard a conversation. 2 cousins, Jess and Tyler, were at a table by the window, their voices audible over the sound of the espresso machine. "Yeah, Ryan's party is going to be amazing," Jess said, scrolling on her phone. Tyler smirked, leaning in. "Guess Alex must have annoyed him, huh? Not even invited." Jess laughed, a sharp, unfeeling sound. "Right. Kind of sad, honestly." Alex froze mid-step, coffee spilling from their cup. The barista called their name, but they barely registered it, heat rising in their neck as the words sank in. Annoyed him, sad? They were not some distant relative pleading for an invitation. They were Ryan's own sibling. Heads turned, eyes briefly glancing their way, and Alex bolted out the door, the public humiliation tearing at their insides. By the time they reached home, humiliation had merged with anger, a volatile combination that left them trembling. They collapsed onto the sofa, replaying every instance they had let Ryan off the hook, forgotten birthdays, last-minute cancellations, calls that only came when he needed a favor, and their father always there with his "be the bigger person" speech, as if Alex's emotions were an inconvenience to be managed. The coffee shop gossip was the final straw, proof this was not merely a private slight but a family-wide announcement that Alex did not matter. They seized their phone, their thumb hovering over their father's number, tempted to call back and unleash every ounce of resentment. But what was the point? He would just sigh again, tell them to relax, and Ryan would not even answer. Something snapped. Alex swiped away their father's contact and opened a travel application instead. If they were not good enough for Ryan's significant night, they certainly were not staying around to brood about it. They scrolled through destinations, each tap fueling a defiant thrill. Hawaii too far. Miami too crowded. Until they landed on Colorado, a ski lodge in Breckenridge, all snow-dusted peaks and comfortable cabins, stared back from the screen. Perfect. Ryan's party was Saturday. Fine. Alex would be carving through snow instead, 1,000 miles from the family's drama. They booked it without hesitation, a first-class flight departing Friday night, a slopeside cabin with a private hot tub, and a comprehensive package, ski lessons, lift tickets, everything. The total was staggering, but Alex did not flinch. They had spent years playing the role of the accommodating sibling. This was their opportunity to indulge. The decision felt like shedding a burden they had not realized they were carrying. They contacted work, used some vacation days. Their supervisor did not hesitate, simply said, "You deserve it," and began packing snow boots, thermal wear, that padded jacket they had purchased for a trip that never happened. Each item placed into the suitcase was a gesture of defiance towards the family's expectations. They imagined their father's expression when he realized they were not appearing to beg Ryan for forgiveness, Ryan's confusion when he saw they had completely opted out. Good. Let them stew. Thursday night, Alex could not sleep, adrenaline coursing through them. They sat at their desk, sketching a preliminary drawing of the lodge's view, jagged peaks, a glowing fireplace, something to post later. The phone chimed, a message from their mother. "Heard you're upset about the party. Dad says it's no big deal. Just come anyway." Alex snorted. "Come anyway." As if a pity invitation would resolve this. They did not reply, just continued sketching, the lines becoming bolder, angrier. Another chime. Ryan this time. "Dude, you're not seriously mad, are you? It's just a party. Just a party." The echo of their father's phrase was too much. Alex slammed the pencil down, grabbed their laptop, and upgraded the trip, first-class seats both ways, a private ski instructor. If they were doing this, they were doing it properly. Friday morning, Alex stood in their kitchen, sipping coffee, gazing at the packed suitcase by the door. The flight was in 6 hours. They would depart while Ryan's friends were likely setting up decorations and opening beers, unaware that Alex was finished playing second fiddle. They opened Instagram, typed a caption, "When you don't make the list, you make your own plans," and scheduled it to post mid-flight. No point in alerting them early. Let the shock hit when they were already gone. The taxi honked outside, and Alex grabbed their bag, a smirk playing on their lips. They were not just escaping, they were rewriting the narrative. Ryan could have his party, their father could have his excuses, but Alex? They were heading for the mountains, and nothing was pulling them back. Alex disembarked the aircraft in Denver, the crisp mountain air hitting them like a reset button as they pulled their luggage through the terminal. The first-class flight had been idyllic, warm towels, a glass of whiskey, legroom that prevented them from feeling like a sardine. They had posted the scheduled Instagram update mid-flight, a selfie with the plane window framing a sea of clouds captioned, "When you don't make the list, you make your own plans." No tags, no explanations, just a subtle display of independence. By the time they landed, their phone was already vibrating, but they ignored it, relishing the freedom of being 1,500 miles from Ryan's party and their father's justifications. A shuttle awaited outside, a sleek van with Breckenridge Lodge emblazoned on its side. The driver, a man with a reddish beard and a wide smile, tossed Alex's bag into the back and offered them a bottled water. "First time skiing here?" he inquired as they merged onto the highway, the Rockies looming ahead like jagged teeth against the sky. "Yeah," Alex replied, leaning back. "Needed a change of pace." The driver nodded, no intrusive questions, just pointed out a few peaks as the road ascended. Alex allowed the conversation to wash over them, the tension of the past week dissolving with every mile. The lodge was like something from a scenic postcard, a sprawling timber structure nestled at the base of the mountain, its massive stone fireplace emitting embers into the twilight. Alex checked in, and the clerk, a cheerful woman named Tara, slid over a key card and a mug of mulled wine that warmed their hands. "Slopeside cabin, just like you reserved," she said. "Lifts 50 yards from your door. Enjoy." Alex nodded, took their bag, and headed outside. Boots crunched on fresh snow. The cabin was incredible, a king-sized bed piled with flannel blankets, a gas fireplace flickering to life with a remote, and a wall of windows showcasing the mountain under a pink sunset. They dropped their suitcase, opened the wine they had acquired from the lobby, and stepped onto the private deck. The cold bit their cheeks, but the view, oh, it was absolutely worth it. They settled into a cushioned chair by the fire, scrolling through the initial wave of reactions to their post. Cousin Tara, a different Tara, the cool one, sent a fire emoji and, "Living your best life, I see." An old college friend commented, "Bro, where's my invite?" Uncle Mike, the family eccentric, wrote, "Savage move, kid. Should have abandoned them years ago." Alex grinned, sipping the wine, allowing the petty satisfaction to settle in. Then their father's message appeared. "You're being selfish, Alex. This is Ryan's night." Selfish? After they had excluded Alex like yesterday's refuse? They swiped it away, not bothering to reply. Their mother chimed in next. "Please don't make this a big deal." Too late. It was already a big deal, and Alex was now in control. Saturday morning, while Ryan's party was likely starting with cheap beer and mediocre speeches, Alex was fastening on skis for their first lesson. The instructor, a lean man named Sam with a sun-kissed nose, guided them through the fundamentals, knees bent, poles relaxed. "Don't fight the hill." They began on a green run, a gentle slope that felt like soaring once Alex grasped the technique. The wind rushed past, snow spraying in their wake, and for the first time in days, their mind was clear. No family drama, no hurt, just the exhilaration. By midday, they were carving turns as if they had been born on skis, Sam shouting, "You're a natural!" over the crunch of powder. Alex laughed, breathless, and took a photograph from the lift, boots dangling, peaks stretching endlessly. They posted it with, "Powder beats pity any day." Back at the cabin, they exchanged skis for a soak in the hot tub, steam rising as snowflakes melted upon contact. The foam lay on the deck, buzzing again, but Alex let it ring, watching the mountain glow under floodlights. They had earned this, every bubble, every moment of tranquility. The lodge bar beckoned that night, a cozy spot with exposed wooden beams and a guitarist softly strumming. Alex took a stool, ordered a straight whiskey, and let its warmth permeate them. A couple at the adjacent table initiated a conversation, tourists from Seattle, there for the season. "What brings you out solo?" the woman asked. Alex smirked. "Family reunion I wasn't invited to. Figured I'd upgrade." The man laughed, raising his glass. "Here's to better company." They clinked glasses, and Alex felt a flicker of something new, perhaps pride, in choosing their own path. Sunday dawned brightly, the kind of clear sky day that made the snow dazzling. Alex returned to the slopes, pushing themselves on a blue run this time, their thighs burning as they tackled steeper descents. They were halfway down when their phone vibrated in their jacket, persistent enough to warrant a check, a message from Tara, the cousin, not the clerk. "You're missing a spectacle. Call me if you want." Curiosity piqued, but Alex pocketed it, completing the run with a clumsy stop that left them grinning. Back at the cabin, they poured a coffee, propped their feet by the fire, and dialed Tara. She answered on the first ring, her voice hushed but buzzing with excitement. "Oh, you're in for it now," she said. "Where did we leave off?" "Ryan's hand?" Alex said, grinning. "Keep going." Tara launched into the details. "Okay, so after Mia stormed off, Ryan lost it, screaming at Dad, blaming him for inviting the ex. Dad yelled back, called him ungrateful, and it escalated into this whole confrontation. Then Ryan punched the wall, fractured his hand, and started howling. The party was dead by then. Half the guests had left, the other half just stood there gawking. Alex chuckled, picturing the chaos: sagging decorations, empty cans littering the floor, Ryan clutching his fist like a toddler mid-tantrum. "It gets better," Tara added. "Uncle Pete, you know, the drunk one, passed out face first in the punch bowl trying to break it up. They had to pull him out, soaked in fruit juice." Alex nearly choked on their coffee. "No way!" "Swear to God," Tara said, laughing. "And then Grandma waded in, all fire and brimstone, telling Ryan he's a disgrace for excluding you. Said it's bad blood that cursed the night." Alex's grin widened. Grandma, the family's wild card, delivering karma like a hammer. "She's not wrong," they said. Tara snickered. "Oh, and the venue. They closed the bar early after Ryan tried to order shots with his injured hand, kicked everyone out by 11. Total train wreck." Alex hung up, their heads spinning with the glorious absurdity of it. Ryan's moment of triumph, his grand welcome home, had imploded into a family circus, and Alex was not even there to clean up the mess. The phone lit up again, their mother, pleading. "We're falling apart, Alex. You need to help." They ignored it, but Ryan's next message stopped them cold. "I'm sorry, okay? I didn't think it would be this bad. Come home." "Sorry? Now? After the coffee shop whispers, the lie about limited space, the blame game?" Alex's jaw tightened. Too little, too late. They grabbed their ski gear, lacing up boots as the day's plan took shape. Another run, perhaps lunch at the lodge grill. But the phone would not stop. Their father's voicemail appeared, his voice gruff. "This is on you, Alex. If you'd been here, Ryan wouldn't have lost it. Call me." Alex hit delete, fury flaring within them. They had been erased from the guest list, publicly mocked, and now they were the scapegoat. They stormed inside, grabbed a pen, and jotted a mental note: no more fixing things for them. The slope called, and Alex answered, tearing down a blue run with fierce determination. Snow sprayed, wind roared, and every turn burned off the family's guilt trips. They stopped at the bottom, panting, and checked their phone one last time. "Mia again. Please, Alex, I'm begging." They hovered over the block button, then hit it. Ryan, Dad, Mom, Mia, gone in 4 taps. Silence settled, sweet and heavy. They messaged Tara. "Party sounds like a blast. I'm good here." She replied instantly. "You're a legend." "Grandma's still ranting, says Ryan reaps what he sows." Alex pocketed the phone and headed for the lodge bar, ordering a burger and a beer. The place hummed with skiers exchanging stories, a stark contrast to the disaster back home. They ate slowly, savoring the juicy patty, the cold fizz of the IPA. The bartender slid over a napkin with a grin. "You look like you won something." Alex laughed. "Yeah, my sanity." They tipped him extra and stepped outside, snow crunching underfoot. The hot tub awaited, steam curling into the twilight, and Alex sank in, letting the heat melt the last of their tension. They took a photo, bubbles swirling, mountain glowing, and posted it. "Turns out I didn't miss much. Cheers to dodging bullets." The likes accumulated, but Alex did not care. Ryan's party was in ruins, the family scrambling, and here they were, untouched, unbothered, free. They leaned back, their eyes on the stars, and let the night envelop the rest. Alex awoke Monday to the gentle thump of snow sliding off the cabin's roof, a serene reminder they were still nestled in their mountain sanctuary. The hot tub soak and beer from the previous night had left them relaxed, lighter than they had felt in years. They rolled out of bed, brewed a pot of coffee, and stepped onto the deck in a thick robe, the steam from their mugs swirling into the icy air. The Rockies stretched out, vast and silent, a fortress between them and the family's meltdown. Tara's update, and the block numbers had confirmed it. Alex was done playing clean-up crew. They sipped slowly, replaying Grandma's bad blood comment with a grin. Leave it to her to transform Ryan's fiasco into a cosmic reckoning. The phone, now a brick of blissful silence, rested on the counter. No more pleas, no more blame, just peace. Alex finished the coffee, laced up their boots, and hit the slopes for a morning run. The blue trail felt smoother today, their turns sharper, confidence growing with every carve. They stopped at the peak, breath fogging in the cold, and let the victory sink in. Ryan's party had failed, the family was struggling, and Alex, they were thriving. Back at the cabin, they removed their gear and checked the lodge's website, an impulse sparking. The trip was scheduled to end Wednesday, but why rush back? They opened their laptop, Extended the stay through next week, more skiing, a backcountry tour, a few nights at the bar. Work did not care, another email to their boss, another, "Take your time," reply. Alex smirked, imagining their father's face when they did not appear to plead for forgiveness. Let him stew. They booked it all, first-class return flights bumped to next Sunday, and felt the thrill of severing ties deepen. Lunch was a steak sandwich at the grill, the lodge bustling with midweek skiers. Alex ate alone, savoring the solitude, when Tara messaged. "Heads up. Mom's planning an intervention when you're back. Thanks. You're spiraling." Alex laughed into their fries. Spiraling? They took a photo of the sandwich, the snowy peaks visible through the window, and sent it back. "Tell her I'm too busy thriving. Not coming." Tara's reply was instant. "Iconic. She'll flip." "Good. Let her flip." Alex finished eating, tipped the server, and headed out, the idea of their mother's ambush fueling a petty glee. They visited the bar that night, whiskey in hand, the guitarist strumming a cover of Sweet Home Alabama. The Seattle couple from Saturday waved them over, and Alex joined, exchanging ski stories over a second round. "Family still imploding?" the man asked, grinning. "Oh yeah," Alex said, swirling their glass. "Grandma's calling it divine justice. I'm calling it a bullet dodged." The woman toasted them to dodging bullets. They clinked, and Alex felt the last threads of guilt snap. These new faces, no baggage, were better than any reunion. Tuesday, they took the backcountry tour, a guide leading them through untouched powder. The silence was profound, broken only by the crunch of skis and their own breaths. At the summit, Alex pulled out their phone, photographed the endless white expanse, and posted. 0 regrets. 100% peace. No family saw it. Block numbers remained blocked, but the likes poured in from friends, Tara, even Uncle Mike. "Keep rubbing it in, kid." Alex did, messaging their mother and Ryan one last time. "Enjoy the intervention. I'm busy dodging your mess." Then they blocked the replies, done for good. By Wednesday, lounging in the cabin with a book and a fire, Alex felt unburdened, free in a way they had not known they needed. Ryan's party, their father's lectures, their mother's tears, they were specters now, fading with every snowflake. They raised their coffee to the mountain, a silent toast to the best decision they had ever made. Let the family scramble. Alex had the slopes, the stars, and a peace they had earned. 0 regrets, all triumph.